what smartphone and smartwatch combination should you go with? Now, I'm only using these two examples here. You got the OnePlus 12 and the OnePlus Watch 2 and the S23 Ultra and the Samsung Watch 4 Classic. Okay. Now, which one is the best combination? Well, I'll tell you that at the end of the video for me, but let's check out the good and the bad with both. Now, just to start off, both of these combinations are great. Okay, depending on what you like, whether you a OnePlus fan or whether you're a Samsung fan. I know there's a lot of Samsung knights out there that love Samsung. They love everything Samsung. Don't matter what Samsung do, they with Samsung. Now, I'm just not like that because sometimes Samsung does a lot of things that I don't like. They do a lot of things that don't make sense. So I'm not everything Samsung. Now, I do have mostly Samsung products, but in these latter years, or like the last 5 or 6 years, Samsung has really disappointed me in a lot of areas, with stuff they removed or just really weird decisions they made on their devices and not really upgrading their devices like they should, keeping up with the competition. I just been disappointed, but that's just me. I'm only speaking for myself. But both of these are great. Now, both of these are flagship devices, and you got the smart watches to match. Okay. So let's talk about the OnePlus 12 first. So you have this great device. Okay. No doubt about it. It has great cameras. It has great build quality. It has great biometrics. The face unlock, the fingerprint sensor, excellent. You got great speakers. You got awesome performance. Okay. You got great charging speeds, 50-watt wireless charging, 100-watt wired charging, and 10-watt reverse wireless charging. Okay. Awesome. You're getting great battery life with this device. I get 2 days consistently, 2 days of battery life and over 8.5 hours of screen on time. That's what this beast gives me. Okay. This phone is awesome. It's currently my favorite device. I love the button placement. I love the display. Absolutely beautiful Quad HD display. I mean, this phone literally gives you everything that you could want for a smartphone. You just can't go wrong with this phone. And the price is excellent as well. Currently $619 on Giztop for the 256 gig version. It's excellent. Okay. I love this device. I just love it. I love everything about it. Of course, you got an IR blaster. You're also getting that the switch, on the side. The y'all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes my brain goes dead. But y'all know what I'm talking about. But overall, I mean, this device is just beautiful. I just love it. Okay. So I have no issues with it whatsoever. None. Then, of course, you got the Watch 2. Now, I did a full review on this, so I'm not going to get into all the specs, but the build on this is nice. The performance is super smooth. No performance issues at all. 2 days of battery life. Yes, consistently. 2 days of battery life. That's with the always on display on all the time. And that's 100% brightness. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Now, if you're not going to use the always on display all the time, you could probably squeeze out maybe 3 days. But I use the always on display all the time, and I'm using it at its highest brightness setting. So that's how I'm rolling with this. And like I said, so you're getting 2 days of battery life on the smartphone, and you're getting 2 days of battery life on the smart watch. That's an excellent combination. 2 days on both. So you're only charging these devices 3 days out of the week. That's impressive. Also, you're getting a ton of watch faces on this particular watch. Like, I mean, a ton of them. And I like the majority of them. I really do. Of course, you got no rotating bezel on this. You just have this one button here. You have another button down here. You know, you can change out the straps and all that. You got, you know, your heart rate sensor. Now, I will say something about this watch that I like a lot too is the sleep detection. It's excellent. The sleep detection and the tracking when you're sleeping, because you know I don't have an issue wearing a watch when I'm sleeping because I like to see, you know, how I slept overnight, and it's so much better on here than it is on the Samsung. I will say that. You know, the health, fitness, and everything on this watch is also excellent as well. This is just a great watch. So together, great combination. Can't go wrong with the OnePlus 12 and the OnePlus Watch 2. So let's talk about the Samsung combination. So of course, the S23 Ultra is a beast of a device. It's a beast, no doubt about it. Big 6.8-inch Quad HD display. Face unlock is just okay. Fingerprint sensor is excellent. So the biometrics is kind of in between because the face unlock is just not that great. Okay. And I forgot to mention the smoothness of the OnePlus 12 and also the touch responsiveness. Like when you touch the screen, you know, when I'm touching apps, I never have to touch it more than once. Now that's a problem I'm having with the S23 Ultra. The touch responsiveness is nowhere near as good as the OnePlus 12. And also the OnePlus 12, you're also getting way better standby time. But okay, I just forgot to mention those things. So the S23 Ultra is a beast of a device, no question about it. You got an awesome always on display. Like I said, the fingerprint sensor is excellent. The display is beautiful. I got it at its highest setting. I even got extra brightness on because I just like my screen super bright and vivid. And I'm talking about I'm using extra brightness on top of the 100% brightness. Now, you may say, well, you're killing your battery. No, I still get through a full day easily without a sweat, with no battery anxiety whatsoever. I mean, seriously, like let me prove it to you. See there? You got brightness, you adapt. I don't use adaptive brightness. See there, extra brightness, that's turned on. So you can tell from there, I like my displays super bright. All right. This display is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, these two rival each other when it comes to displays. I mean, because they're both outstanding. But the S23 Ultra does get a little bit brighter because of that extra brightness. Okay, now you're getting great speakers on here. You're also getting great performance. Not as great as the OnePlus 12. It's just not as smooth. Now both give you 120 hertz, but speakers are good. The battery life is not as good. It's good for a day. Like I said, 2 days on the OnePlus 12 and 2 days on the watch. But no battery anxiety. Okay, seriously. Now, the thing that's weird about this device is when I use this device really hard, that's when the battery life is really great. When I use it light to moderate, it seems like the battery drains faster. Now, not to the point where I still, you know, have trouble getting through. Oh, let me turn the brightness down a little bit for y'all. I don't know, this thing. This thing can be so sensitive when I'm trying. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, for some odd reason, it's really weird. When I work this phone really hard, the battery life seemed like it really works really well. But when I use it light to moderate, it seems like it drains faster, but not to the point where I'm having battery anxiety and whether I'm going to get through the day. Not like that, but that's just what I've noticed. When I use this thing really hard, the battery life it seemed like the software just sustains the battery. Okay, so I'm definitely impressed, but it's only good for me for one day. Now, maybe some people out there, you know, maybe you can get more than one day. I'm good for a day, and like I said, no battery anxiety at all. Performance is good. The cameras are excellent. I mean, excellent. Seriously, both cameras are top notch. No issues with the camera. Really not having any performance issues except like The touch responsiveness is not as good as the OnePlus. The smoothness is not as good as the OnePlus. Battery life is not as good as the OnePlus. Speakers are on par. Biometrics is not as good. I mean, this is just a better device, in my opinion, based on my experience. But great device overall. Can't go wrong with this device. And it works really well with the watch. The watch is excellent. Great build. Great watch faces. The performance can be a little iffy sometimes. It like, I mean, it could be just because it's an older watch, but it's still getting updates. I mean, it's smooth most of the time, but sometimes it could be a little iffy when I'm using a rotating bezel. It seems like it sometimes it's not as accurate or it could freeze sometimes. But the rotating bezel is what set this watch apart from the Watch 2 for the most part. And also when I get notifications, the notifications are larger, you know, and I think the background has a lot to do with it too. As you can see how large that is. Now I'm gonna show you the difference. Not that this is super small, but it's just different. Let me see. I want to show you something with just words. Is this okay? That's the same thing I just used. Let me see something with just words. That's sports again. Let me see. All right. Seem like I'm okay, I could just show you right here. Okay. Come on. Add this thing. I'm gonna do all this weird stuff. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. Now I'm losing. Like, I really wanted to show y'all what I'm talking about, but I'm not getting the kind of notifications where it's just, a lot of words connected to it. I'm sorry, y'all. I mean, it just ain't work out like that, but trust me, it's just bigger on here, easier to see because the background is completely black. In here, the background, you have that blue background, bluish background. Not that I can't see it on here, but I just wish they'd make it so it's a little bit bigger like it is on here. It's just easy for me to see and read my notifications on the Watch 4 Classic. Now, both are this has a lot of workout things on it. Has not a lot of nice watch faces, you know, and I like a lot of them, but I don't know. I think I like the watch faces on the OnePlus, on the OnePlus Watch 2 better. But I mean, I do like the watch faces on the Galaxy. They are nice, but I think the ones that they offer on the OnePlus Watch 2 is just better, in my opinion. But these are great too. This gets nice and bright. Sometimes I think the OnePlus looks a little brighter, but I don't know. Could be just my eyes. But like I said, the combination with these two together is excellent. Of course, you get all your health stuff, with your blood pressure. This does have a one of those things on here for your health that I really like. It measures your body fat and stuff like that. See, your skeletal muscle, body fat. I'm not proud of that number. I'm just not. These are other widgets. They're all pretty big. But when you click on this and you go up, you see everything. Now, there's nothing like this on the Watch 2, which I wish it was. Like if I measured it really quick, let me see. No, it has to be on my wrist for me to measure it. But it's just nice. I like it. But like I said, this is a great, great watch. Now, let's talk about battery life. No, one day. One day. And sometimes, depending on how many notifications I get, I may not even make it through the whole entire day. Like, I'll say like a 17-hour workday. Sometimes it gets to the point where it gets down to 15%. While, like I said, this is giving me easily 2 days. Like, I'll end the day with like 75% battery. I'm ending the day with 15%, sometimes 10% on this. So you got a phone that's good for a full day. You have a watch that's good for a full day. So these are the perfect match if you're the type of person you just like Samsung and you just gonna you everything Samsung. But just keep in mind, you got to charge your watch every day. You got to charge your phone every day. If you pick the combination of the OnePlus 12 and the Watch 2, you're charging this device, every couple of days. So 3 times a week, every day, 7 days a week. That's a big difference. Now, like I said, the thing that sets the Watch 4 Classic apart is that rotating bezel. Okay, that's the big that's something I really really enjoy. And I do like the software, but the Watch 2 software is just smoother. It's just better. The battery life is just better. I like the watch faces better, you know. And I'm gonna be honest, and I'm gonna end this video now because I didn't want this to run too long. If I had to choose between which combination do I like best, I'm sorry, but I'm going with the OnePlus 12 because performance and battery life, that's important. And this just does so many things better than the S23 Ultra, in my opinion, just based on the fact that I use both of these devices almost every day. This device, I just enjoy using it more. Now, I do like the software better on the S23 Ultra, the One UI. I do prefer One UI, but when it just comes to overall performance, and I don't dislike, Oxygen OS, but it's just not as customizable as the One UI, and it just doesn't have certain things that I actually need, especially like that Samsung Notes. Like that's a must-have. I need that app like really, really bad. I love edge panels. I love edge lighting. I love those things. Okay, secure folder. There's just a lot of things about Samsung's software that I really, really love. That's my favorite software. But right behind them is, OnePlus with the Oxygen OS. But performance, speed, fluidity, battery life, biometrics, the what you call the speakers, the charging speeds, all this is just better on the OnePlus 12. Now the cameras, they can pretty much go neck and neck, back and forth, back and forth. But of course, also with the Watch 2, you're going to get better performance. You're going to get longer battery life on both. 2 days, 2 days. 1 day, 1 day. So it's just up to you. If you're just all about, if it ain't a Samsung, I don't want it. Look, try something different for a change. You'll be shocked at how much you will really enjoy the OnePlus, OnePlus devices. Whether it be the watch or whether it be the phone, you'll be shocked at how much you'll enjoy the experience, honestly, because I've had OnePlus devices, many of them over the years. They've never disappointed me when it came to battery life or performance. Now the cameras weren't always good, but with this and that, even that OnePlus 11, both, and the OnePlus 8 Pro, those three devices I've had, the photos, excellent. Excellent. Speakers, excellent. Performance, excellent. Battery life, excellent. Okay, so those are the last three OnePlus devices I had, and I loved all three of them. Only thing about the OnePlus 11, it was just a little bit too small. They just made it a little too small for me. This size of this device is perfect. It's perfect. Now I do prefer even larger, like S23 Ultra, but I'm cool with the size of it. It's cool. 6.8 inch is not quite as wide, but it's good. I'm fine with it, and I love the design better than that of the S23 Ultra. So y'all decide. Now me, I'm going with OnePlus when it comes to the combination. But if you like Samsung, go with Samsung. Or you could get maybe the Watch 5 or the Watch 6 or the Watch 7, or there's a new watch that just came out. I wouldn't, ain't no way for the Ultra, ain't no way I'm paying $650 for no smartwatch. I think Samsung done lost their mind. I really do. So get it. I say get the S4. S4 Classic, you be fine. You got the rotating bezel. Like I said, if it's all about Samsung, you go with that. But for me, I'm going with OnePlus. All right, so thank you all for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. I hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.